Hello there guys, Fengferth here. Oh yeah. So, how many of you are waiting for Black Ops 2? Probably a vast majority of you. I wasn't looking forward to it until the past couple of days, where it has been at Gamescom. But now I am. Unfortunately, I'm still not gonna bother getting it when it comes out. I want to wait until I know all the hit detection and lag compensation shit is sorted out first, because to me that was the main thing that broke Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3. I don't want to talk about that just yet though. I want to talk about the information that cropped up because of Gamescom. So Black Ops 2, as we already know, there's quite a new class setup system, in that you pick what the hell you want, kind of thing. You can have as many perks as you want. Well, not as many perks as you want, but you can have, I think it's up to 6 perks with wild cards and stupid stuff like that. I don't know, it's all over the place. But regardless, something that cropped up, which is good and bad. I support this change, but only to an extent, is the matter of Ghost. Now, Ghost and the UAV have been in some form or another since Modern Warfare 1. Now, I'm going to be honest at this point, I'm one of these people that use UAV Jammer and Ghost in pretty much all the CODs, because I am mainly a hardscoper. For those of you that don't know what a hardscoper is, it's basically someone who gives long range support and actually snipes, rather than go around and trying to trick shot everyone, or as the little kiddies call, quickscope. So yeah, and the problem is that, well, UAV Gem was absolutely great back in the day because not many people ran it, and this was because the perks in the same tier in Modern Warfare 1 and World at War was Stopping Power and Juggernaut. What this meant is that people would either run Stopping Power or Juggernaut, and very rarely run UAV Jammer. Well, for me this was pretty good, because what it meant was that I was probably one of the only people. I know there's going to be a few people that run it, but what I'm saying is there wasn't that many people that I ran into during playing that game where there was actually running UAV Jammer. And that gave me an advantage, especially since I was using mainly the M21 and the Dragunov in that particular game, where you didn't really need stopping power to actually get the benefits of the gun, nor Juggernaut, because you could use stealth to your advantage. And I mean, that was one of the main ways to use your Jammer, was to hardscope. And another way to use it, what it probably was intended for, was to flank. And of course this still happens today, you know. Flanking is a major strategy, you know. But as it gradually went on, Stopping Power and Juggernaut finally got took out. Juggernaut got took out in Modern Warfare 2, and was kind of replaced with a Death Streak kind of thing, which Death Streaks are a bit shit. I don't think no one likes Death Streaks anyway. I don't see rewarding bad players a good thing. But also, Stopping Power was took out eventually in Black Ops 2, even though it stayed in on Modern Warfare 2. And I think it was Modern Warfare 2 that you started seeing a bit more people that started to run Cold Blooded was the variant in that game. And that variant actually come with something better, in that it made you basically immune to most kill streaks. It was only really player control kill streaks that could target you, or that's only if they even had a good eyesight, since you didn't have a triangle around your box or whatever. So what I'm trying to boil this down to is that what they've done is, obviously in Black Ops they separated, well, not in Black Ops, sorry, in Modern Warfare 3 they separated Ghost. So you had Assassin and Blind Eye. Now this was great, although what they did do was they actually put it in separate perk tiers, which did mean people could still be kind of immune to UAV, and they also added, they made Assassin Pro technically even better than what Ghost was anyway, because it made you was immune to counter UAVs and EMPs, and you still had your name took off. You know, when you got the pro version, your name wouldn't show up. And I mean, that in itself also countered a perk that was honestly pretty damn good until a lot of people started running Assassin Pro, and that was Marksman. You know, that was one of the really first, apart from Scout in Black Ops, that was one of the only perks that was great for snipers and for long range players. People with the MK14, like battle rifle. And what they've done, what they're going to do in Black Ops 2, and they have already done it, is they've actually separated these into even more perks, and there's 3 perks. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave the link in the description about the perks. That's apparently in. There's a few that aren't in, but are kind of in. I don't know how it works, but okay, so they've split it up into Ghost and Blind Eye, which is obvious. Ghost and Blind Eye is now in the same tier, in the same perk tier, and they've also got something called Hardwired, which is basically the immune to counter UAV and EMPs. So they've split this really well. I think that's actually pretty good. Although once you take wildcards into account, people can still use all 3. Which, you know, it will take a lot of their points in their creator class to actually do this. But the problem is they can still do it. And the main concern I have is that they've actually changed Ghost in a way that it's good and bad, right? Okay, I can understand why it was changed. So Ghost now, it still keeps you invisible to UAVs, but only if you are moving when the UAV is on at the time. So you can't sit in a corner. Now obviously this is good for many reasons. Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 are just absolutely fucking full of corner campers with Assassin Pro and Ghost Pro on. You know, it's true. It's only really since Modern Warfare 2, when Cold Blooded started to become a bit more popular, that you'd see this kind of play. I mean, there's always campers in any game. There's still campers in Modern Warfare. There's always has been. But there's not been to the extent of camping in the corner all game, you know. And I can see why they've done that. But in my opinion, I think just splitting them up like all 3 is probably, you know, was probably the better idea. It's hard to explain because as an hardscoper, right, you don't really want to move, okay? You don't want to roughly stay in roughly the same vicinity. What this will force you now to do is, even if you do run the perk, you'll still have to move, which means you can't provide the cover that you normally could provide as an hardscoper. And it worries me because Treyarch were the ones that didn't want quickscoping in the game. And I mean, you could still quickscope in Black Ops, but it was fucking damn hard to. Not only because of the stupid hit detection and the really stupid lag compensation, bullshit, but, you know, you had to scalp in and hold your breath to get a spot on shot, and even then, it doesn't work half the time. So, you know, it worries me because it seems like they're actually promoting it again now. They're actually promoting quickscoping. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't condone quickscoping, okay? I think it's pretty good that people can quickscope, you know. Is it skillful? Probably. You know, does it show someone's lead? Nah. It just shows they've got no life, I suppose. But, you know, what I'm saying is that it's not very good for hardscopers. Now, I mean, what they've now done, they've basically done a battlefield here, is that you can now actually have your sniper rifle scopeless. Now, I absolutely love this idea because I like playing as an aggressive sniper as well. That's why I like playing on Battlefield as an aggressive sniper with no scope. I prefer the iron sights and just trying to get one shot kills to the heads or upper chest or whatever. and I'm really glad they've done this. But it really questions me why they've done this with Ghost. I know why they've done it, of course, because it stops corner camping. But you're hurting what you was basically defending was the hardscoping community. So how does that work? Anyway, that's enough ranting anyway. I mean, I'm glad it's like that now. I am really glad, because it does stop all that bullshit. It won't stop it fully, because people will still corner camp, even with Ghost as it is or not. In fact, if anything, it helps them even more because of this. This now means that people have to move if they've got Ghost on, which now means that people can corner camp even more, technically, if you think about it, because if your team is set up to have a shitload of UAVs up, that now means the other team have got to keep moving. You know, which means you've got more likely chance to shoot them in the back. So it works both ways. That's the problem. And it's not just the perks that are to blame, it's the fact that UAV is so easily spammed. Now, as you've probably been watching on this particular video, and I think the next video is the same, I've actually got a class here on Modern Warfare 3 that runs basically UAV on its own in the assault package with hardline. Now, bearing in mind I don't actually have hardline pro, but you can actually see how bad I can spam UAVs very quickly. The UAVs are overpowered. I'm sorry, it's got to be said, right? It was okay back in the old games because naturally you had to choose between either doing more damage, taking more damage, or being invisible to the radar. Okay, so that was fine. You know, you've got that choice. Okay, and obviously in the older games you couldn't even choose your kill streaks or your score streaks. I mean, there wasn't even such thing as a score streak. You had to get kills to get the kill streaks. And it's stupid, because with this particular setup, especially if the whole team has got the same setup, you could easily just dominate. The problem with UAV is that it's too overpowered because, one, it's too easy to get. It doesn't take very long to string 2 kills together. Hell, I could even get to assist someone kill with this particular setup if I had hardline pro, which I don't on this particular game. But you know, it's that easy. And then UAV as well, the second point is that it gives it to the whole team. That's a big thing right there, the fact that it gives it to your whole team. That means your whole team now can see where everyone is, as long as they haven't got Ghost. This is the reason why that it's becoming so much more popular. People are now realising how powerful UAVs, and you know, they don't want to be seen on the radar, and you know, who can blame them? You know, this is another game. Now, this game isn't as good, but in the first 2 minutes, I think I spam about 5 or 6 UAVs. It's that stupid. Okay, it's really stupid. I mean, now look at this, right? Okay, now I should get another kill here, which I do. Now look at that, a UAV in the first 20 seconds of the game. How stupid is that? Now bearing in mind as well, in Modern Warfare 3, if you get 3 of the fuckers out, you can actually see where the enemies are actually looking as well. Come on now, you know, look here, look. What's that? It's not even 40 seconds into the game, and you can already see where people are, where they're facing. Come on. And judging by this new score system as well, it looks like UAV is going to be even easier to do, especially now for the fact that you get points for people getting kills while your UAV's up. How stupid can you get? I mean, I'm being funny, but it might even be possible, I don't know if it is, but it might even be possible to just keep going assists after assists after assists with UAVs and just spamming them. Okay, it's not going to be very fun, but hey, you know, it's going to ruin the game. It's just going to keep ruining the game. I believe they need to make the UAV either a more higher kill streak, or only make it personal. In other words, only to the person who caught the UAV in. I know it speeds up the game, but the problem is you've then got people, and that's another reason why Ghost is took the wrong way. There are then people who keep spamming UAVs who are running Ghost themselves, who are just camping in corners, and they can just see where you're gonna come from. You know, it's a really nasty cycle. That's all I can say. And at the end of the day, doing this is only going to hurt quick scalpers. It's going to fucking hurt them. It's going to help them. It's going to hurt hard scalpers. It's going to hurt hard scalpers and obviously corner campers. Well, to an extent. Okay, rant over. So the last thing I want to talk about is I'm not really beginning in Black Ops 2 as soon as it comes out. I'll be honest, I've gotten every single Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2, when on the day it was released. Okay, I love the Call of Duty series as well as the Battlefield series, and do you know what? I really want to succeed because it's been a while now since we've actually had a decent Call of Duty that works. In all honesty, you know, I'm not really too bothered about perks. I'm not really too bothered if the game's that broken, as long as I can actually play it. That's the problem, right there. Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare isn't as bad as Black Ops for its lag compensation and bloody hit detection. The hit detection is actually pretty cool on Modern Warfare 3, but the lag compensation can be a bit stupid. And I don't know. It just seems to me that they overcompensate they undercompensate the host even. They overcompensate everyone else other than the host. You know, it is actually now a disadvantage to be the host, whereas back in the good old days of Modern Warfare, World at War and Modern Warfare 2, you'd have a little bit of an advantage using the host. You know, you wouldn't have a major advantage, but you'd still have an advantage nonetheless. You know, and I've said it before. We had a phase where Black Ops, where everyone was just dashboarding. You know, every single game you go into, halfway through, people would just be dashboarding. You can't blame them. Why? What? Because you feel cheated. You feel cheated out because you're the host. You're the one who's actually hosting the damn game, and yet you are shooting 2 clips into someone in the back. They turn around and shoot you with 1 bullet of a fucking pistol to the head. What are you supposed to do about that? You know, so I'm really hoping that they've fixed that, and I'm not going to get the game until that's done. I have actually got a couple of videos. I've actually got one that is okay-ish, you know. It's not brilliant, but it does show you to an extent how bad the lag compensation really can be. And, you know, I actually leave the game, and, you know, I'm the host. What can you say, you know? And you can feel the lag. It's hard to explain. You can really feel the lag. You know when the lag's fucking you up. And that's when you think, well, I'm going to be the host here. And 9 times out of 10 when you leave the game, you are the host. So, you know, they really need to do something about that, because you shouldn't be penalised for hosting the game. You really shouldn't. And if they keep I mean, you got to think as well. Black Ops 2, them trying to do this league bollocks. No one's going to be wanted to host if it's going to be as competitive as they say it's going to be. Who the fuck will want to host if they're going to have this really bad disadvantage? And all it's going to end up doing is people are just going to be dashboarding again. They're going to be dashboarding even more because it's going to be a more competitive environment. And, you know, you're just going to end up with games that are half finished and just disconnect. You know? Unless they've sorted out something about dashboarding, which they probably haven't. What are you going to do? Exactly. One great thing I really do like about Black Ops 2 is this commentary mode. The thing I really like about it is that this will actually is actually an incentive not to boost, because commentators will be able to see this if they just go into a game. They can go into. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm presuming they can probably go into any game and probably commentate and cast. I have no idea how that's going to actually work, especially on consoles. I can see how it would work on PC, obviously. Well, I'm not too sure it's going to work on consoles, but it will promote less boosting, because obviously people can be then exposed for the little shits they are, and then obviously a lot of Xbox's accounts are going to be banned, and a lot of PS3 accounts are going to be banned. So that's a good thing, by the way. That is actually a really damn good thing. And also it's going to stop hacking as well. But at the end of the day, you still don't, because of the lag compensation bullshit and the. It's horrible, because you don't actually know if someone is actually hacking or not, and you know there is hackers out there. You know, you can't stop that. In World at War, it's still unplayable, even though they've apparently done a lot of things to it since it was released. It's still unplayable because there's too many damn hackers. You know them hackers because the bloody lobbies. You know. And I'll be honest, I really want to play the older versions of Call of Duty, because the new ones, you just haven't got a chance if you're on the bad side of lag. You know. You shouldn't be rewarding people for having really shitty connections at all. I can understand why you're doing it, and I understand that lag compensation has to be in the game. We're not asking you to take lag compensation out. We're just asking you to give us a bit more of a fair advantage, not a fair advantage, but just a fair field. Full stop. You know, we don't want to be hosting and then having to keep disconnect every 2 seconds. No one wants that. You know, we actually want to be able to play the game how it is intended to be. Fun, competitive, and you can't have either of those things if, you know, you've got this lag compensation as bad as it is in Black Ops. I'm sorry. It won't be fun at all. So yeah, you know, that's another one of my little rants, I suppose, eh? But no, Call of Duty is getting stale, we all know it is, but, you know, they are trying. They've come up with a lot of new ideas which are pretty good. I do like the creator class system them trying. This now actually gives me a chance to go around with 6 perks and my little magnum and kill everyone with my magnum. Oh god, that's gonna be so pretty cool. But I'm not. I haven't been bought into it yet. I want to see what the lag compensation's like. If it's anything like Black Ops, I'd suggest stay clear away, because it's just ain't gonna be worth it. Taking away for the hassle. Okay then guys, I think that's pretty much it then. So let's just pray that Black Ops 2 is gonna be good. It's gonna sort out all the lag compensation bullshit. Maybe even give hardscopers a bit of consideration, but I highly doubt it. There's more corner campers than there is hardscopers, which is really damn unfortunate. And, you know, it looks like I'm going to all start to learn how to drag scope and quick scope. Excellent. Alright, and guys, I'll see you later.
Enemies jamming our radar. Enemy spy plane above. Friendly care package inbound. Our counter spy plane's in the air. Friendly spy plane inbound. Enemy SR-71 incoming. Our counter spy plane's in the air.